What do you do when the entire world stands against you? When your own family rejects you? When you're outnumbered 10 to 1 on the battlefield? It was the year 636 CE. The mighty Sassanid Persian Empire, which had ruled the Middle East for centuries, stood on the edge of collapse. Its capital, Ctesiphon, was within reach of a new force rising from the deserts of Arabia, the Islamic Caliphate. But between them and victory stood a vast army of armored elephants, elite cavalry, and over 120,000 Persian warriors. Leading the Muslim forces was Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, a man whose faith, strategy, and unshakable courage would become legend. This is the story of how he defied impossible odds, not just in battle, but in belief. Before he was a general, Saad was a boy searching for purpose. Born into the noble tribe of Banu Zura in Mecca, he grew up among wealth and prestige. But Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, began preaching a new message of monotheism, justice, and compassion. Many in Mecca turned away. Saad did not. At just 17 years old, he became one of the first converts to Islam, risking exile, rejection, and even death from his own family. His mother disowned him, his uncles threatened him, but Saad stood firm. "I have seen the light," he said, "and I will follow it, even if the world turns against me." He joined the early Muslims in Medina, fought in battles like Uhud and Khandaq, and earned the love of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who once prayed, "O Allah, accept the arrow of Saad." A strange prayer until you learn what came next. One day, a man from Quraysh, who used to harm the Muslims in their religion, stood up. Then Saad threw at him and struck him after the man had covered his forehead. That moment fulfilled the Prophet, peace be upon him, prayer, and cemented Saad's legacy as the archer who defeated a giant. Years later, under the leadership of Caliph Umar, the Islamic armies launched campaigns beyond Arabia. When it came time to lead the charge against the Sassanid Empire, Umar chose Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, despite objections from some advisors who remembered his past mistakes. Umar responded,
"I choose him not because he has never failed, but because he has always risen again."
With that, Saad led an army of around 30,000 Muslim soldiers into Iraq, heading toward a decisive confrontation near the town of Al-Qadisiyyah. The stage was set for one of the most important battles in human history. Opposing Saad were over 120,000 Persian troops, armored war elephants, elite cavalry units, a massive war machine built over centuries. The Muslims had faith, unity, and a brilliant commander. For 4 days, the battle raged. On the final day, the skies darkened, and a sandstorm hit, blowing directly into the faces of the Persian army. Seizing the moment, Saad ordered a full charge. The Muslims surged forward, using the storm as cover. The elephants panicked. The Persian lines broke. By sunset, the enemy had been crushed. The road to Ctesiphon, the Persian capital, was open. This was not just a military victory. It was a symbol of what determination and divine support could achieve. After Al-Qadisiyyah, the Muslims marched into Iraq, eventually capturing Ctesiphon, the jewel of the Persian Empire. Inside its palaces, they found riches beyond imagination, golden thrones, mosaics of emerald and silver, and scrolls filled with ancient knowledge. But Saad did not stay long. He sent word back to Caliph Umar.
"We have conquered a land where the people live in luxury, but we remain servants of God alone."
Umar replied,
"Do not forget who you are. Do not let the world seduce you."
Saad took these words to heart. He remained humble, disciplined, and focused on justice. After the conquests, Saad returned to Medina, where he lived a simple life. He continued to serve as a judge and advisor during the reign of Caliph Uthman. He died at the age of 78 in 674 CE, buried in Al-Baqi cemetery, beside the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and other companions. His grave remains a place of visitation and reflection, a reminder that true greatness lies not in power, but in service. Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas teaches us that courage comes from conviction, not just strength. Failure is not final. Redemption is always possible. True leadership means standing firm in truth, even when the world opposes you. Victory without humility leads to downfall.
Success is not measured by how high you rise, but by how well you hold your values when the world offers you everything.
In today's society, where fame, money, and power often overshadow integrity, Saad's life is a powerful example of how to balance ambition with faith, strength with mercy, and success with humility. If you enjoyed our story, like, share, and subscribe for more heroic stories.